I never imagined that something as innocent as a scented candle would unravel my relationship with money. But that's exactly what happened. It was a rainy afternoon, and I was feeling low. Not depressed, not anxious, just hollow. I scrolled past it online, and it promised peace, warmth, comfort. So I clicked buy now. Just $12. Nothing major, right? But that tiny candle became a trigger. Not because of what it was, but because of what it represented. It was the latest in a long list of tiny, emotionally charged purchases that had begun to quietly chip away at my financial stability. A hoodie here, a new mug there, a book I swore I'd read. Things I never needed, but bought anyway. I wasn't trying to show off. I was trying to survive. It doesn't matter how frugal or smart you are. When emotions take over, logic fades. Finally, feel in control. Treat yourself. These aren't just slogans. They're emotional pressure points. They tap directly into your fears of not being enough, of being left behind, of being invisible. That I was smart enough to know better, but not strong enough to stop. That shame, it's heavy. It makes you want to spend more, to silence it, to bury it, and so the cycle continues. And when those fears flare up, we shop, not because we're reckless, but because we're looking for comfort. Scared of being seen as a failure. These weren't financial fears. These were emotional wounds. And no item in the world could bandage them. Anytime I wanted to buy something out of impulse, I saved it to a list instead. I gave myself permission to revisit it 24 hours later. I began to understand the difference between desire and distraction, between genuine joy and temporary escape. And that separation gave me back a sense of peace. If I still wanted it, I'd evaluate it logically. If I didn't. And marketers, they know exactly how to exploit that vulnerability. They don't just sell things. They sell relief, escape, identity. It's the kind of spending you do to numb the discomfort. When you feel like your life is slipping through your fingers, so you reach for anything at all to make it stop. It might distract you, it might numb the edges, but it won't heal you. And I learned that the hard way. When I sat down, looked at 3 months of bank statements, and realized I had nothing to show for thousands of rupees gone. Even if it's just a $12 candle, to feel in control when everything else in my life felt chaotic. I asked myself one simple question. What am I really buying when I shop like this? I opened a document and tracked not just my purchases, but my feelings before and after. Bought $18 planner. Felt anxious before. Felt proud after. For 5 minutes. Then guilt. I did this for weeks, and the pattern was undeniable. I wasn't spending when I was happy. I was spending when I was scared. That one question opened a door I'd been too scared to walk through. I wasn't buying candles, mugs, and skincare. I was buying reassurance, safety, a sense of being okay. I told myself I deserved it, that I was just practicing self-care, that everyone spent this way, but deep down, I knew it was different. I was fear shopping. Looking back, I realized it had almost become a routine. Wake up, work, scroll, spend, repeat. But the spending wasn't random. It followed a pattern, one I refused to see until my bank app gave me a harsh wake-up call. My balance was dwindling. My emergency fund was gone. And I couldn't even remember where the money went. It wasn't like I was buying luxury bags or gadgets. Fear shopping is when your spending isn't driven by need or joy, but by anxiety. At first, it felt harmless. After all, who doesn't do a little retail therapy? But soon, it became a habit, a reflex. Anytime I felt overwhelmed, I'd click, swipe, tap, and then wait for the dopamine hit to land in a cardboard box at my doorstep. But the rush never lasted. Sometimes, by the time the package arrived, I had already forgotten what I ordered. I wasn't buying products. I was buying the illusion of control. And I know I'm not alone. Millions of people experience this, especially in uncertain times. Fear-based spending skyrockets. Think about it. You deserve this. But here's the truth I didn't want to face. No amount of comfort spending can fix what's broken inside. It wasn't just about the money. It was about the shame, the feeling that I had let myself down. But something shifted the day I stopped blaming myself and started getting curious. So I tried something new, scared of falling behind in life, scared of being single forever. Once I saw that clearly, I couldn't unsee it. So I built a new habit, the 24-hour save rule. The result: 90% of those must-have items I forgot about completely. What started as a budgeting trick became a mindset shift. Peace that didn't come from owning more, but from wanting less. And that, right there, was the freedom I didn't know I was chasing.